Visit tcgcastle.com and get 5% discount on your purchase with TCG Center 5 code. Check video description or visit TCG Castle for more.
Hey, how's it going, Poke fans? Welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center once again. In this video, I'm gonna play with Lucario-GX featuring Zoroark and also Diancie. Pretty cool tech, definitely. So what's the new about this deck? Not too much, just the Diancie from the Forbidden Light with the Princess Cheers that can actually add a couple extra damages, so you can go for like 190, 210 with Kukui. Potentially, you can also thinking about considering taking maybe a Zoroark-GX, so you can have without Kukui 200, which might be also a good thing, especially against Zygarde-GX, so then we can one-hit knock out Zygarde-GX with our Aura Strike for 200 without too many problems. So let's take a look at the Lucario-GX. This is the first time that I'm playing with this deck on my YouTube channel. This is the first appearance because I didn't have this card before the Forbidden Light was released. 210 HP, fighting Pokemon with Aura Strike. If this Pokemon was evolved from Riolu during this turn, this attack will does 90 more damage, which means that you can go for 120. Having that Princess Cheer Diancie at the bench, we can increase damage for 20 more, so we can hit for 140. With the strong energy, we can go up for 160 and Choice Band for 190. Being able to hit for 190, it's a pretty big deal because we can go for 190 against Puzzle GX, which is very popular these days in the standard format. We can one-hit knock out Tapu Lele as well. We can one-hit knock out Zoroark-GX, and by adding another strong energy or maybe Professor's Kukui, we can then even have one-hit knockout against 230 HP Pokemons like Gardevoir-GX, for example, and that's pretty much it. That Cantankerous Beatdown, I'm not sure if I pronounced it right, GX, is also very good because this attack does 30 for each damage counter this Pokemon, and it's a very powerful. Unfortunately, weakness of the Psychic, which is downside, but every card needs to have weakness to something. Of course, I guess I don't need to talk too much about Zoroark, so I'm running 4 copies of Zoruas with the RAM because RAM can also be used with double Force Energy, and 4 copies of Zoroark-GX with the trade and radio speeding. Trickster-GX unfortunately is not possible to use with this deck. We can trade a card from our hand in addition to drop 2 cards with the Zoroark-GX, so that's the combo between Zoroark and the Lucario-GX. Zoroark can also be our attacker, let's say backup attacker, and Lucario can be our main attacker. So that's pretty much almost everything for the Pokemon lineup. 4 Zoroarks, 1 Diancie, 3-2 line of Riolu and Lucario, and 2 copies of Tapu Lele-GX with the Wonder Tag, Energy Drive, and Tapu GX. Moving on to some other cards that we're gonna find in this deck list, of course, there are gonna be 2 copies of Evosoda, so we can search a deck for the Pokemon that evolves from one of our Pokemon and put it in that Pokemon. Unfortunately, we cannot do that on the turn that we actually put the basic Pokemon on the bench. Very good to be able to find those Zoroarks and Lucarios as well. A single Field Blower, which might be a little bit considerate about those Garbodors, but since I'm running 4 copies of Puzzle of Time, I guess okay. Very good card, Puzzle of Time. If it's played, if we play 2 puzzles at the same time, we can basically grab any 2 cards from this good pile back into our hand. 4 copies of Ultra Ball in addition to those Evosodas, and 1 copy of Parallel City. I like the fact of the Parallel City in this deck because we can basically remove from the bench our damaged Pokemons, and that can sometimes be very important. A single Acerola, which can be also increased by removing, for example, one of those Bridgets. But since this is the Zoroark deck and since Zoroark can easily discard cards from our hand, I decided to go with triple Bridget just to have much better consistent, not to play that Tapu Lele on the bench. And then 2 of each Drow supporters, 2 Cynthias, 2 copies of N, as well as 2 copies of Professor Sycamore, with addition of those 2 copies of Professor Kukui, which means that we can discard, we can draw 2 cards and extra hit for 20. Really like it, and it's perfect fit for this deck. And triple Guzma. So yeah, to be honest, maybe even running 2 Guzmas and 1 copy of Counter Catcher wouldn't be bad idea at all. Then 3 copies of Choice Band for extra 30 damage to EX or GX Pokemon with our active Pokemon attack increasement. 3 copies of Flowstone for the Furry Treat, and 10 energy cards. 4 of them are going to be strong for extra 20 to our Lucarios, 4 double Chorus energies, and 2 regular fighting energy cards. And that's pretty much the deck list that I'm going to use in this video. I hope you guys are going to enjoy watching this deck, so make sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos. Let me know in the comments below also what you think about this deck list. If you're looking maybe to purchase any of these cards, make sure to check TCGCastle.com. Link is provided in my video description as usual. So yeah, let's move on to the game test so you can actually see this deck in action. So see you in the game. So, I'm starting first, and I'm going to open with a single Zorua, which is not that bad. I also have Ultra Ball available for this third one. And I'm thinking about doing something like this. And I'm going to grab with the Bridget, one Zorua, one Riolu, and one Diancie. No sign of the energy attachment, which means I'm passing my turn. For next turn I'm gonna have 2 Zoroark-GX, I hope, in play, with Cynthia for 6. So all I'm gonna need is gonna be Lucario, strong energy, with the Choice Band, Floatstone, and that's it. Technically, it is possible to get all of those cards. Is that a Zyger-GX deck on the other side? Because there's a Suppliclis. I smell it might be, and it is. And there's a Max Elixir as well. I played with this deck. I know how broken this deck it is. So if there's a Flowstone, my Zorua is gonna be knocked out, so yeah, that's it. But luckily there was no sign of it. There was no sign of it, so I'm going to play that Evosoda, so I can grab another Zoroark, put him in play. Also gonna use that Brooklet Hill for another Riolu, and it's time to use that Cynthia. I can still use 2 trades and see if I can find something useful. But looks like I can't. There's like 3 puzzles in my hand, but still no sign of the Floatstone. Fair enough, I guess I'm hitting for like 120. But that's it. Okay, Baby Boswell with the Sledgehammer. This guy actually considered me a lot. Technically with the Choice Band, nah, he don't need Choice Band, he just need a Floatstone, and or maybe Guzma. Can he find any of these 2 cards? Yeah, there is a Guzma, so 1 Zoroark less in play. And that's gonna be Verdict GX for 340, if I'm not wrong, 360. Okay, because of the Regirock as well. Tough decision, isn't it? Strong energy is literally all I need. I couldn't find it. Right now I find that Flowstone a little bit too late, I should say. A little bit too late, I should say. I can hit for like... Actually... 30 and Choice Band is 60. 60 is better than nothing. that's for sure. Let's go with that combo. So Puzzle of Time times 2. Rep 2 prize cards and potentially put my opponent in a really uncomfortable position. Because the max damage right now with the Verdict GX does is like 200. But this baby boy can do a lot of damage. But again, I have 2 puzzles and 2 float stones, which means that I might be able to pull that Guzma and use that beatdown GX for the one-hit knockout against this Zygarde. This is the most important thing right now. Really is. Because without Bonnie... Oh. Okay. I might see Bonnie this time. Oh, it's a Guzma. He's really focusing and targeting those Zygardes, no question about that. He really wants to knock them out. Nah, not the Zygardes, but those Zoroark-GXs with his Zygarde. So this is going to be Lance Rat. Oof, this is so hard. I can go for 200. The max I can do is 190. So literally the best possible option for me is to play that out. I need Lucario as well and strong energy. Don't have any of these in this pile. I don't want to take the risk. I really don't want to take the risk. So I'm going to grab myself an Evosoda and I can also get benefit from that. Hopefully this end is going to be disruptive. So Aura Strike for 170. Again, not enough for the knockout. I'm trying to do my best, but simply I'm having a hard time finding a good way to basically win this match. There is a double choice band. We might see a Lance Rat for like 160, and then next turn he can Sledgehammer for 60, which will be enough for the knockout, which obviously mean only one thing. If he don't have Guzma, I'm still good. He only have one card in his hand, so I can still win this game potentially. Tapu Lele and the DCE. So I'm gonna need to somehow find a way to get that Guzma in play. And that's literally all I really need. So Sledgehammer can go for 60. If he decides to strike for 60, I can use the beatdown for like, yeah, for like a lot. Actually for 80. Oh, what a nice top deck. I cannot believe that this actually happens. This actually happens. What a nice top deck. I'm simply speechless. So I managed to top deck a double core synergy. I managed to top deck Guzma, which means I can go for that GX in 290. He definitely shouldn't use that sledgehammer because he just triggered my GX attack, and I was able to knock out his Zygarde or Tapu Lele on the bench for the last 2 prize cards, and then the game was unfortunately over for my opponent. The biggest attack that I did was 290, which is a lot. The biggest attack my opponent does was 360, but that was obviously because of the weakness. So he dealt like 90 damage counters more than me, 920 compared to 830, but a lot of damage counters, that's for sure. So yeah, overall, it's a very powerful deck, that's for sure. So if you feel comfortable, you should definitely play it. I really like it, but it's not definitely my type of the deck that I would probably consider playing in real life. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to hit the thumbs up and sub to the channel for more videos. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this deck. Till the next time, have a nice day and goodbye.